Ever had your phone die unexpectedly? Annoying, right? Now imagine every electronic device on Earth going dark at once. That's what a massive solar storm could do. Our sun's been acting up lately, and we need to talk about it. Let's talk about our sun, that giant ball of fire in the sky that's basically a cosmic drama queen. It might look peaceful from Earth, but up close, it's throwing the mother of all tantrums 24/7. We're talking about massive explosions that make our biggest nuclear bombs look like party poppers. These solar flares and coronal mass ejections are like the sun's way of saying, "Hey Earth, catch this," throwing billions of tons of charged particles into space. Sometimes these solar storms are so powerful they could fry our electronics like an egg on a hot sidewalk. The scary part, the sun's actually pretty chill right now compared to other stars its age. Yeah, our temperamental neighbour could be way worse. Back in 1859, a British astronomer named Richard Carrington was just doing his usual sun-watching routine when he saw something wild, two massive blobs of light exploding off the sun's surface. The next day, all hell broke loose on Earth. Telegraph systems went haywire, sparking fires and zapping operators. Some telegraph machines kept working even after being unplugged, literally running on space weather. People saw auroras as far south as Hawaii, and they were so bright you could read a newspaper at midnight. Imagine that! The Victorian era got a taste of what a solar storm could do to technology. And here's the kicker. If the Carrington event happened today, with all our fancy electronics, we'd be in deep trouble. Think of the sun as a giant blender without a lid, constantly mixing up super hot gas and powerful magnetic fields. When these magnetic fields get twisted and tangled, like your earbuds in your pocket, they eventually snap. This creates two main types of solar tantrums: solar flares and coronal mass ejections, CMEs. Solar flares are like cosmic camera flashes, super bright and super fast. CMEs are more like the sun, spitting out billions of tons of its own material into space at millions of miles per hour. When these space storms head towards Earth, they slam into our magnetic field like a cosmic fender bender. That's what creates those gorgeous auroras, but it's also what messes with our electronics. Let's get real about what happens when these solar storms crash into our tech. Satellites? They're basically floating targets in space. When solar particles hit them, it's like throwing your phone into a microwave. Not great. These storms can fry satellite circuits, mess up GPS signals, and even push satellites out of orbit. Remember that time your Google Maps went crazy? Might have been the sun throwing a fit. The scariest part is how these storms affect power grids. In 2012, we barely missed a solar storm as powerful as the Carrington event. If it had hit Earth, we would have lost power for months. Think about it. No Netflix, no Wi-Fi, no microwave burritos. The sun could basically send us back to the 1800s. Here's where things get really wild. When a solar storm hits Earth's magnetic field, it creates something called geomagnetically induced currents. Basically, unwanted electricity that flows through our power lines. These currents are like uninvited party crashers in our power grid, causing transformers to overheat and literally melt from the inside out. And here's the scary part. We can't just run to the store and grab new transformers. Each one is custom built and takes months to replace. A massive solar storm could fry hundreds of these bad boys at once, leaving entire continents in the dark. The power companies know this threat is real. They've been quietly installing special equipment to protect against solar storms. But is it enough? That's what keeps engineers awake at night. Let's talk about your precious gadgets and their chances against a solar sucker punch. Your smartphone. It's actually pretty safe thanks to being so small and close to the ground. The real trouble starts with anything connected to the power grid or using GPS. That fancy Tesla in your driveway? It might struggle to charge or navigate. Your smart home system could go bonkers, turning your thermostat into a random number generator. The good news is most consumer electronics will survive a solar storm, as long as they're not plugged in when it hits. But here's the catch. If the power grid goes down, your devices are just expensive paperweights once their batteries die. You'd think predicting space weather would be simple. Just point a telescope at the sun and watch, right? Wrong. Scientists use a wild mix of tools to play cosmic weather forecaster. We've got satellites that stare at the sun 24/7. Talk about a rough job. Giant radio telescopes listening for solar tantrums, and super powerful computers crunching numbers faster than you can say solar maximum. The coolest part, we can actually see solar storms coming, like a cosmic hurricane headed our way. It takes about 15-45 hours for a solar storm to reach Earth after we spot it. That's our warning window, just enough time to power down satellites, warn astronauts, and cross our fingers. Let me tell you about the day Canada got a shocking reminder of the sun's power. March 13th, 1989. Quebecers were going about their normal Monday morning when zap. In just 92 seconds, the entire power grid collapsed. 6 million people suddenly found themselves in the dark, with temperatures well below freezing. Transformers were burning up, subways ground to a halt, and airports shut down. The culprit? A massive solar storm that hit Earth's magnetic field like a cosmic sledgehammer. The crazy part? Engineers had actually seen this coming. They spotted weird power fluctuations hours before, but nobody expected the sun to pack such a punch. Quebec stayed dark for 9 hours, giving everyone a chilly preview of what a bigger solar storm could do. So how do you prep for a cosmic power outage? First up, keep a stash of portable battery packs charged and ready. They're your lifeline when the grid goes down. Got important files? Back them up offline on external hard drives. Keep them unplugged when you're not using them. Think of them as your digital bomb shelter. Here's a pro tip. Grab a small emergency radio with a hand crank. When satellites are down and your phone's dead, it might be your only window to the outside world. And hey, maybe stock up on some non-perishable snacks and water. Because when the power's out, that smart fridge becomes just a really expensive cabinet. Here's why 2025 has scientists biting their nails. The sun's about to hit its rowdy teenage years. We're entering what experts call solar cycle 25, and it's shaping up to be a doozy. The sun's magnetic activity is ramping up faster than predicted, like a cosmic pressure cooker ready to blow. Our star is throwing more tantrums than usual, launching bigger and more frequent solar flares. Some scientists are saying this could be the most intense solar cycle in the last 50 years. The real kicker? Our power grid is way more vulnerable than it was during previous solar maximums. We've got more electronics, more satellites, and more ways for things to go wrong. 2025 could be when the cosmic fireworks really start. Well, there you have it, our sun's wild side exposed. If you enjoyed learning about these cosmic tantrums, smash that like button and subscribe for more space science. Share this with your friends. They should know why their GPS might go crazy. Stay curious.